Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Margerison, a space for honest stories, tender truths, and soul-deep conversations. I'm your host, Julie Margerison, and here we explore the questions that stir something real in us. Questions about joy, fear, healing, and the moments that shape who we are. Each episode is an invitation to slow down, go deeper, and hear the kind of stories that remind us we're not alone in this human experience. So wherever you are right now, thank you for being here. Let's begin. Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Margerison podcast. I'm so excited, and I know I always say this, but I really enjoy listening to people's stories. And my guest today is, I am just so alight with goose pimples. And David has got an amazing story. And I'm going to read, I've been talking with David a little bit leading up to this, and I was saying I'd like a bio, and he's going, okay, I'll get you a bio. But then I just read this amazing post that he had on his Instagram and Facebook page. And if you want to follow David, all the links will be below. And I'm just going to read it out. It makes my heart sing. So it says, from unhealed to awoken. He used to live in the fog. He was caught in the loops, operating from his unhealed parts and looking for answers in the wrong places. He let the past define him and let the shadow run the show. But he has shifted, and he is no longer that man. He has walked through the fire and has come out the other side awoken. He stopped looking outside for what was always inside him. He's reclaimed his power, his truth, his sovereignty. He sees the patterns now, and he chooses to break them. He's standing in the light of who he really is. He is the master of his path, grounded in self-love, fully awake to his purpose. The old version is gone. The master builder is here. The difference speaks volumes. He is David Eagle. Oh my goodness gracious me, David. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Julie. Yes, I feel very humbled and my heart is flowing with gratitude that you asked me to be on here. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually I'm going to say stumbled across David on social media on a spirituality page. And it's like, wow, this is why I do Heartfelt, because I just want to know everyone's stories and where they've been and where they're going and what healing they've had and how it is to come out on the other side or where they are at this point. So thank you. I'm so grateful that you responded to me, David. And we have been chatting over a few weeks now, and I've just really enjoyed the connection and even the few words we've had before we pressed record this morning. I love your insightfulness and what you've shared. So I'm really keen to get into these questions. Is there anything that you'd like to share before I start?
Just that my purpose here is to work with the masculine and show them that unhealthy masculine, I guess, is not to be taken lightly. That there is light at the end of the tunnel. Having living 53 years of unhealthy masculinity, stepping into my full purpose. I'm here to make the difference with the masculine, just to show them that the divinity in the masculinity, living healthy, moving from this moment forward. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Beautiful indeed. I I'm just going to start right in and say,
Yeah.
what brings you joy, David?
What brings me joy? Um, I'd have to say nature. Nature, our sacred mother, our sacred father, um, and the ocean. Yeah, it brings me such clarity, such healing, and such warm, warm feeling without my whole human vessel. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Yeah,
yeah,
it's such a beautiful, beautiful place to be. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have a fear that you're aware of and you know that it's holding you back?
The fear up until probably 2 weeks ago, when I was given a crossroads of three paths to take. One was a mentor, one was my wife, and one was my self. Um, I guess the fear that I had then was actually putting myself first. Um, as I started to take each step, I felt drawn to walk towards me, and in doing that, with every step I took, I felt a sense of my heart beating differently. It was the most amazing feeling as I got closer and closer to that man that I feared embracing. I guess the moment I grabbed him, it was like every fear that I've ever had with everything just disappeared. So I guess in choosing myself in that moment, it was the most exhilarating experience that I've had to this day. Yeah. So I guess at the end of the day, it's all about choosing yourself and not the people pleasing, the fear based ego that sort of comes with pleasing everybody else and not choosing yourself. I think that was probably the only fear that I had really left because being a war veteran, I don't have many fears, So I sort of, every time a fear came up, I sort of faced that fear and sort of embraced it, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
wow. Have you ever had a life-changing moment that you can really share with the audience?
Yeah, I think the day I got back from Iraq, I think, when my family was, standing on the wharf. I'm ex-Navy, so pulling into the Sydney Harbour, there was helicopters flying, news helicopters flying everywhere. People lined the wharf. It was just the most amazing experience. I think out of my whole life, it's probably one of my proudest moments to see my family standing there. My mother crying and my son was there and my partner at the time, my sisters, and it was just probably the most amazing sort of like moment that I can sort of bring into this sort of thing. Yeah, it was just the proudness that came over me was just just on a different level. I think yeah.
Mhm.
Not so much of what I did there, but just seeing my family and having that feeling of, yeah, I'm home. I made it home. So
Yeah,
very powerful day. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
wow. Can you
Yeah.
share what year that was, David?
That was 2003. Yeah.
Wow,
That,
yeah.
that was the weapons of mass destruction war in Iraq. Yeah. So, yeah.
Mm. Wow, thank you very much.
Okay.
Has there been a moment that you wish you could freeze in time?
My wedding day. Yeah.
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 Would you like to talk a little bit more about that?
Um, Yeah, I guess seeing my wife walk down the aisle with her grandfather and my daughter walking in front of her, throwing rose petals in front of her as she walked towards me. Um, yeah, I think it's a memory that will last in my mind forever. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of wetness in my eyes. I can feel
Yeah,
the
yeah,
energy.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
such a
yeah.
beautiful feeling.
But having said that, now when I chose that when I came to that three roads and I chose myself, we are now entering the a new state of uh, relationship is now that we are remaining best friends. Yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have a beautiful history together. Um, this woman actually gave me the drive to be a better man every day.
beautiful.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
my heart is fully is full of gratitude for my sacred wife, my now best friend. Yeah, so
yeah.
she's allowing me to go off and chase my dreams because this year is going to be one massive year for me. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you very much. That's very, very powerful, to
yeah,
actually, be standing up for self and
yeah,
yeah, and having that support, even though it looks a little bit different, but the support's still there by the sounds.
yeah, yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Do you have a trigger that you're aware of that you'd like to share about?
Um, Again, up until 2 weeks ago, I had plenty of triggers. But when I made that choice of that third road, yeah, they sort of all slowly disappeared. Yeah. I guess the main focus to keep myself away from those triggers is to keep my eye on the prize, which is ultimately myself. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever comes from that will radiate onto the ones that come in contact with me. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I just want to share a little bit. David and I were speaking before the new year. We were speaking in 2025, and I was saying, how about we have this conversation in 2026? And it sounds like that was the right thing to do because where you were two
Yes.
weeks ago, or even 3 weeks
Yeah.
ago, is very
Yeah.
different to where you are now. So
Yeah.
I'm pleased that we did wait for the new year. So yeah, thank
Divine timing, dear. Divine timing. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
If a genie jumped out of the bottle and granted you one wish, what would that be?
It would be that there was no hate in the world. The world was full of unconditional love. And
Mm, yeah, that would
that
be.
that it was taken back to the old times where there was no money and it was just merely just an energy exchange of an offering or just whether that whatever that looks like to the person in that offering, whether that be a hug of gratitude, a meal on the table. With my practice, I sort of run my sort of how do you say, my practice in that sense. you know I have no like major price tag to what I do. It's all left up to the person on what they think they should bring to the table for the energy exchange, if that makes sense. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, just really trusting.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
lovely.
yeah, yeah.
What is something that you've never said out loud that you wish someone had asked you about?
Um, I guess that would have to be in my journey. I guess with my father. Yeah, I had like he left when I was 5 years old. I guess just recently, I've only seen him twice in my whole life. The last time I saw him, he he basically yeah, he came stayed with me the night, and in doing that, I went to bed and then realised that he had basically drugged me. As I sat there, he wasn't a very nice man. But as I lied there, realizing what he'd done because of my past history with addictions and everything like that, I realized exactly what had happened. I waited till the next morning, sitting there crying. I went out and approached him and I asked him to never come back into my life again. Um, I guess that was way before I was healed. And having that healing now, just recently, probably in the last 4 months, I've been able to sit with those moments and give him total forgiveness, I guess. Having realized that, I've been more or less in the same place as he's been in, but just different ways, I guess. So I guess it's the gift of forgiveness that I give him, not knowing if he's alive even or whether, whether if he is alive, whether he even thinks about me anymore. But I've done the work on the bloodline. I've gone back 7 generations, and I've gone forward 7 generations. And in doing that, I feel any pain that he did carry will be now gone. So yeah, I guess it's sort of something that I've kept to myself, and I haven't sort of delved into too much in letting people know. Um, But yeah, I guess it's the gift of forgiveness that I give my father. In knowing that, yeah, when we're younger, we do things that we don't serve us. But when you put in the work and you sort of get to a certain point, you get to a point where you just have to go, yeah, I understand that wasn't him. That was a journey that he was on. I don't know what he's up to now, but I now give him the gift of forgiveness in
Mm.
my heart, knowing that, he was young, I was young. Yeah, so I think that
Mm.
would probably be it. Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much for sharing that. That was very deep and raw and real.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I really
Yeah.
appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
Has there been a time that you've really felt truly seen? And when was the last time you felt like that?
I guess when I told my life story, on the spiritual page that you first saw my story, hence our connection.
Mm,
Um, it was quite how do you say? It was quite a sense of like yeah, wow, I didn't expect this response that that my life story would have such impact on so many people. And I
mm,
guess that was the real start of me shedding the last parts of the year of the snake, to get me to where I am now, sort of thing. So I think that was probably the most well, yeah, probably yeah, I guess that would be have to be, yeah, that time, yeah. To see that
yeah.
so many people, so many offers come from that post that has led me to change direction from what I was doing to working with the masculine, teaching about addictions, mentoring, uh, uh, teaching my shamanic practice and all the rest of it. Yeah, so it's given me direction. It's given me purpose, if that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah, perfect
yeah,
sense. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you very much, David. If you could send one message back to your younger self, message and not advice, what would that be?
Dear little David, as you go into this life, fill your heart with unconditional love, healing, and protection, and spread it wherever you go. Yeah.
Wow, that is just
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, beautiful indeed. What does healing look like for you right now?
Um, well, my healing as far as my healing myself now, I think that I'm in a place where it's time for me to take the reins of that horse this year and turn, yeah, stepping from the student to the teacher. I guess that's what healing looks like for me now. That was
Mm.
the message that I got from Source when I made that decision on, that third road when I walked towards myself and embraced myself. They said, you now have stepped from student to teacher. So that's what my healing looks like now. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, I need to spread the word of my story and help as many men as I possibly can and women as well. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Could
Yeah.
you share with me the David Eagle? What does Eagle, why Eagle in your name now, David?
Um, from the very start of my journey, I've always had a connection to the eagle, but not really realizing what that connection was until I started my journey. And I guess it all started that he made himself visible. Great grandfather came to me when I was driving one day. I'd asked the question, who was my spirit animal? Um, I remember I was driving to a friend's house, which was only a half an hour drive. And in doing so, weeks leading up to this, I had a series of birds would fly in front of my car and just at the last minute and just fly up directly up like that. And
Wow.
these weren't eagles. They were just, they ranged from turtle doves to crows to noisy miners, but they all did exactly the same thing. It was a 2 week sort of period that I was driving to pick up my daughter from school and take her to school, and all of a sudden a bird would appear from nowhere and just go up the front of my bull bar and straight up in the air like that. The same sequence every time. It was really amazing. The crow though flew past me, went in around and up like that. It was
Mm.
that moment that I was leaving my house to go to my friends this day, and the same thing happened. But this time I asked the question, what is the message you're trying to give me? Now, that half an hour trip actually turned into a 2 hour trip in the
Mm.
sense that I actually was guided to pull over on the side of the road and then go into a brief trance through a journey. And in that vision, I asked, what is the message? And then all of a sudden, the eagle appeared, grandfather, the sacred grandfather. He came to me, and at that stage of the journey, he came to me, and I was like, wow, so are you my spirit animal? He replied, yes, broken wing, I am. And at that stage, I didn't know what broken wing meant until a little bit down the track, and it was related to, I guess, the violence that I led through my life, i.e., being in the military, and the broken wing was the extension of my wing, which was the gun.
Mm.
It took a long time to heal that version of me. And in doing that, I understood. And then I went home, went deep into meditation and confirmed. I said, grandfather, I said, if this is the real message you're giving me, can you make yourself visible in physical form? And when I was deep in that meditation, I heard the squawking, in the air. And just, I knew straight away what that sound was. And as I looked up, the biggest white belly seagull was just circling over the top of me. And
Mm.
since that encounter, he's come with many gifts. David Eagle Eye is that he has given me the gift through seeing through his eyes. He's given me the eagle vision, which basically allows me to see what's ahead of me and what's below me. A very powerful power animal to have as an ally guiding me. Uh, that's where the eagle comes into play with me. Wherever I go, especially when I'm down the beach, if I call upon him, he will always show. In the
Wow.
morning ceremony on the beach, I often play my medicine drum, and he'll come and he'll circle above me, listening to the beat of the drum. So my connection to grandfather is very, very strong. Hence where David Eagle comes from. Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased I asked that question. That
Yeah,
was
me
just,
too. Yeah, that was a surprise question. I like that
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. That was I really need to have a
Yeah,
journey down to Bribie Island and come and
yeah,
witness some of
yeah,
this,
for
David.
sure.
It just
Yeah,
sounds so beautiful, and having the
yeah,
connection with nature is what's opening up with for me at this point.
yeah,
And having that trust, that trust that you did to actually speak through meditation, asking for that, and then to trust that that's going to come is just gives
yeah.
me solar plexus aliveness. Yeah, so that's just beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Well, I just want to thank you very much and thank you for sharing this moment with us. I hope something in this conversation has stayed with you, opened something up in you, or simply made you feel seen. If this episode has moved you, feel free to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to continue the journey with us, be sure to subscribe and stay connected. Until next time, take care of your heart and remember your story matters.